to Over and Back's 200th episode. Can't believe that it is already here, but we are now at episode 200. We did something fun this time. We did live commentary of the movie Space Jam, so hopefully everyone enjoys that. It's sort of, we do something similar every holidays where we do live commentary on something. This is the first time we've done it for a movie, so hopefully people will like that. And it was me, Jason, and Rich. And also our special guests were two favorite guests of the show, Curtis Harris of Pro Hoops History, and also Reinis Lacis of the Handle podcast, also known as Lamarmatic. So two great guests to cover that. And hopefully everyone enjoys. And you can, the idea is to watch Space Jam along with it. You're providing alternate live commentary of the movie, so it will sync up with the movie. So once you hear the buzz sound, that's your cue to play the movie. Of course, you can just enjoy it as a regular podcast as well. It should be enjoyable either way. But before we begin, just want to thank everyone who has supported the show, who has spread the word, who has left iTunes reviews or told other people about the podcast. We appreciate all of that, all the feedback that we get. Also appreciate every guest that we've ever had on the show, famous or not. Everyone is appreciative. We've had some really good discoveries, I guess, people I didn't really know in the pro basketball history world who we've gotten on the show and been able to talk to and develop friendships with, so that's really cool. And everyone at the Step Back and Harvard Paroxysm before that who supported us, especially Ian Levy, who's always been a big supporter of ours. So we appreciate that greatly. So, and thanks to all of you listeners. So I'll stop rambling now. And once you hear the swoosh sound, you can start the movie. Welcome, everyone. We are watching Space Jam. It is Over and Back's 200th episode. I am here with Rich as usual, also here with Curtis Harris from Pro Hoops History and Reinis Lacis from the Handle podcast, two of our most frequent guests. What's going on, guys?
Very excited for Space Jam.
Sure we are.
What a film, what a masterpiece. My pleasure to be here.
It's an honor, not more than just a pleasure.
Honor
and I had to come. I had to come. I wasn't allowed to miss this one. So.
Yeah.
I was unfortunately forced into this 200th episode. So
yes. So we have I Believe I Can Fly is playing as young Michael Jordan shoots baskets in the summer of 1973.
Yeah, if you want to match up with the movie, we'll try to kind of chime in, but this is a good spot to kind of jump in at. Like, yeah, that summer of '93, exactly when Jason said that's when it appears on the screen. So if you're watching Space Jam at home, dust it off your VHS, your laser disc, or whatever you have. Yeah, Space Jam is a good time to kind of watch with us. Gather the family around, get the fireplace going, and watch.
Wait. Yeah. I just noticed something. That is supposed to be the summer of '73. The kid has a distinctively mid-'90s haircut.
Are you suggesting that the continuity may not have been the priority of this film?
Yeah, hold on a minute. In Space Jam, hold on, Curtis. This is huge. Let's talk.
Yeah. And also, they're playing R. Kelly for a 1973 scene.
Yes,
I can think of good R&B songs from '73 they could have played. But anyways,
but did they put them on the 6-time platinum soundtrack of this movie?
Yeah.
They did not.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
soundtrack is pretty good.
Yeah,
actually, Basketball Jones. The soundtrack's awesome. They could put Basketball Jones on this part, but it's a little more.
Yeah,
Barry White though. Barry White, he was around in '73.
Exactly, right. So that would have at least had some continuity. But
yeah, they could have found something inspirational for. I honestly, I think I Believe I Can Fly is probably the worst song from that soundtrack in my opinion, other than like the Bugs Bunny rap. I would say that's. I had not really. We discussed the soundtrack, I believe, in our previous Bulls and Celtics episode, and you guys, convinced me that Space Jam soundtrack was really good. I gave it a listen before this, and
it is.
I do agree. It slaps. It is a nice soundtrack.
It slaps.
I'm trying to get the language the kids are using these days. I'm trying to stay young.
Is that what the kids say?
Old man. That's what they say. That's what they say on Twitter. So I'm assuming it's not weird coming out of my mouth. Yeah.
I'm just about to throw down here. I want to see how this plays out.
Definitely.
On a dirt court at 4'5". He's gonna.
He's gonna do it. Yep. There you go.
No, he just won a dunk contest. Never mind. All right.
Yeah. There you go.
No, he didn't win that. He stole that from Dominique.
Stolen from Dominique. It's terrible. It's not good. So, Yeah, I do think this intro is good. I will say that it's well done. It's one of the more inspired parts of the movie, in my opinion.
Well, Quad City DJs right now too. Which
yeah.
Good.
Yes, who are not from the Quad Cities, as Rich and I discussed recently. Right. So there's 4 DJs who,
believe it or not, they're just a quad of DJs, but not necessarily from the greater Quad Cities area. So
yeah, so
very upsetting.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
No,
we were all very, very upset that the Quad City DJs weren't actually from Moline. So that was
right.
A big stain on their reputation.
Right.
First they had the Hawk stolen from them. Now the DJs aren't even from their city.
I know. That's really not much going on for the Quad Cities, unfortunately. We'll have to research that later, see if there's anything we can say that the Quad Cities have going for them. So,
all right. So, Reinis, I know you're as our previous Christmas episode discussed. Shawn Bradley is in this one, and you are nothing if not the preeminent expert on bad white centers. So, I'm very much looking forward to your take, because there's a lot of bad white centers in this movie, so that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, are they a lot? I can't.
No, there's probably just Shawn Bradley. I don't know any others, and I guess he's not even that bad. He's fine.
I guess Vlade appears in one scene, but whether I would call him bad?
No,
Vlade's
not among that. Bad GM, but a good player. Bad GM.
Yeah. So, okay, is Shawn Bradley bad? That is a question I think is worth discussing. Maybe we can get to that later.
No,
but
he's not
I feel
bad.
like Shawn Bradley is okay. Like he obviously
fine.
Wasn't like number 2 pick or whatever he was in the draft. Like he wasn't that good, but like he was totally like a fine NBA player. I mean, he was really only good because he was tall, but he wasn't. He was skilled in a certain point of view, but now obviously like not incredibly like a skilled guy to watch. But like he was all right.
I would call him agile, I guess. Yeah, he wasn't that bad athletically.
Oh, yeah, he was like a decent, almost starting center. So if you're in a bad team, he could start for you. But if you're a good team, he'd come off the bench, which is that's a good player in the NBA.
Sure.
Could he have been Roy Hibbert on the Pacers a couple of years ago?
He would have needed more bulk, I think.
Yeah, he was a little too skinny.
Yeah. I guess when LeBron would have flown into him, he wouldn't be able to keep up his verticality. But yeah, I think that in the right situation, he could have been like a rim protector. But probably played in the wrong era for that.
Yeah, because the problem is, he played mostly in the 90s, obviously, so you could just drag the guy out to the corner or whatever. You know what I mean? With the illegal defense, it was kind of like... But even then, he still was a pretty big force around the basket. But yeah, I mean, the biggest problem with him is just like the narrative of him basically became people dunking on him later in his, as he got a little older, and it was just like, hey, Shawn Bradley's out there, let's find a way to dunk
on him. Yeah, I never did like that. Just purposely going after one guy trying to humiliate him. That just...
Yeah, like I think he was actually reasonably effective, but he was just so awkward looking that I think the aesthetics were worse than the actual performance.
And I think I read a recent article that sort of said that he was like very like mild mannered and very soft spoken, so people kind of took advantage of that as well. He kind of appeared goofy or but I think he's like a principal or something at some random high school or something now, which is pretty awesome. So, Michael Jordan is retiring from the game of basketball.
30 short was kind of enlightening in that regard, and I think I remember he told a story where all of the guys. I don't know whether there was a team event or something, but all of them just agreed that they will do it in a strip club, and he basically was I wouldn't say offended by that, but he found it inappropriate, and I guess you can sense how he probably didn't fit in on all of his teams back then.
Right. So speaking of continuity, Michael Jordan just retired from the game of basketball.
Wow.
Yes.
Just 5 minutes in. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so now that's pretty gratuitous. Like 5 minutes, it was just like Michael Jordan highlights. Like, I didn't quite catch that when I was younger.
Where are the Shawn Bradley highlights though? That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, right. I did like. Oh, go ahead. No, I was gonna say I like that David Falk got an executive producer role.
Yeah, I want to comment on that too.
Yeah. Apparently his idea to come up with this movie, which is pretty interesting.
So I guess the inspiration for this is there were 2 commercials with Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny from 92 and 93. The first one, they team up on the court against a bunch of bullies, and then the second, they Marvin the Martian steals some Air Jordans, so they go to Mars and compete against him and are able to get them back. So I think those are both really, really funny and entertaining, and they obviously inspired this movie, which is, they're a good 1 to 2 minute idea, not such a great 90-minute idea.
Wait. I think we should have more movies entirely inspired by 30-second commercials. Like that's the original idea was so good it could last for 30 seconds. Clearly, they can turn into 90 minutes.
Yeah, I guess we should address that right now because people are going to probably listen going, oh, great, Space Jam. I love Space Jam. I'm from the 90s. Well, what's all of our stance on Space Jam? Now that we're 5 or 6 minutes into this movie, versus, and then I guess we can kind of revisit this when it's all said and done. But where does each one of us stand on Space Jam right now?
Well, I was 17 the first time I saw Space Jam, so I'm not part of this like 90s nostalgia. Like the 90s, I obviously lived through them, but they weren't like my youth. Like I'm not like if this was made in '85, like I might have like strong feelings of like, oh, this is part of my childhood. How dare you attack it? But I was old enough that like I didn't really like it that much the first time I saw it, and so I don't have that nostalgia kind of clouding the whole thing. I think it's kind of a. Jordan he's obviously a tremendous basketball player, but as a personality, he's a little bit boring, and this kind of bastardizes the Looney Tunes in a lot of ways that I don't enjoy. So that's basically my feeling about it. Curtis,
let's see. I'm trying to think. This came out in '96, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was 9 years old when he came out. So it seemed good at the time. In retrospect, it clearly is not as good as my 9-year-old self thought it was, but I take it for what it is. It entertained 9-year-olds in 1996. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I was 9 as well. Sorry, go ahead, Reinis.
Yeah, I think I have a similar opinion. I guess it's good for what it was supposed to be, but it's also I guess in a way a shame that they didn't use Michael Jordan for something, I don't know, more entertaining. If you look back at it, not many athletes, I guess, at their ultimate peak were, using all of their summer to film a movie. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, I was 9 when it came out as well, and I remember at the time enjoying it a little bit, but not really. Like I went into it thinking I was going to absolutely love it because obviously growing up in Chicago, yeah, Michael Jordan was the big thing. My uncle at the time, he worked for the Bulls, or for the United Center, I should say, and we got a bunch of free like Space Jam merch all before it came out, and I was like, oh, this is going to be the greatest movie ever. How could it not be good? It's the Looney Tunes, it's Michael Jordan, it's basketball, and obviously I was a huge basketball fan at that point. And then when I saw it, it was just kind of like, that was all right. Like even as a 9-year-old, because of course I'm still to this day so like pessimistic, fun hating asshole, but I was just like at the time I was just like it was all right. Like, and then going back and watching it a few years later, I'm just like, no, it's really not like that. I just feel like it could have been so much more, and it could have been a lot better. Even at the time, I was just like, it didn't really showcase Michael Jordan all that well. It didn't really showcase the Looney Tunes all that well. As you said, it's a 30-second commercial, basically expanded into 90 minutes. So that's kind of my take on it. I don't necessarily hate it, but it's just like I never thought. And I think maybe more of it now is because so many people like revel in it and oh my god it's so great and it's like it's not it's just fine. Like you can just admit it's okay, but people are like, oh, it's my childhood, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, your childhood sucked then because it was just okay.
I think the Jordan baseball stuff is actually kind of funny because they're really like playing off of the idea that he was like really bad at baseball, and they're like all like really trying to like pander to him. Like it's almost a little bit insulting to Jordan so that the idea that he like allowed himself to be portrayed in baseball that way, it's funny for the movie, but like a guy, I don't know how much really, obviously Jordan is very image conscious, but the fact that he didn't particularly care about that, I think is interesting. It's interesting how the movie of course frames his story, how it frames his childhood, how it frames his desire for baseball, how it frames, kind of his comeback. I mean, it's obviously in the midst of like this, goofy, silly story with the Looney Tunes and these aliens, but there are certain, this is obviously a way of like pitching a, friendlier version of Jordan.
Yeah, which is actually funny that he would poke fun at this, considering he still to this day won't be interviewed by Sports Illustrated for the Bag It Michael cover. But, not that Michael Jordan's petty on any level whatsoever. I'm just,
Yes.
Oh, we saw Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly, yeah.
Great performance by Newman, by the way, as well.
Yeah, it's a movie from the 90s. Wayne Newton is in the house. So.
Yeah.
I will say this. So when I did first see this movie, when I was 9 years old, the two things I was most excited about, three. One, Muggsy Bogues was in it. Number two, what was his name? Obviously, like, Newman, everybody calls him. What's his name in
Wayne Newton,
Jurassic Park?
Wayne Knight.
Or Wayne Knight, that's right, yeah.
But his character's named. I was like, oh my god, it's that dude from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I was like, that asshole's in this movie. That's great. So I love Jurassic Park.
Yes.
And then Bill Murray was in it. And I love Ghostbusters. So I was like, wow, this one
Sure.
really got my attention.
Yeah.
Bill Murray, that asshole from Jurassic Park, and Muggsy Bogues. Everything else is pretty much just like, whatever, I'll take it as it comes. But
Yeah.
those are the 3 highlights for me.
Yes. So apparently, Michael J. Fox, Chevy Chase, and Jason Alexander all turned down the role that Wayne Knight eventually got. So, yeah. So it would have been I of those of the 3 of those, I think Michael J. Fox would have kind of been the most interesting out of those 3. I guess I like him the best out of those guys. So
I like Knight in the role though. I think he fits it pretty well.
he's fine, but yeah, I've learned that in the research going into this. So if anyone is going to accuse us of not doing our research, we actually did kind of dig into stuff behind the scenes of Space Jam. We're not all just messing around here. So we're very serious.
This is serious business here.
For our 200th episode, we're going to be very serious and do our research here. So yeah, so these are the Nerdlucks, I think, are the name of the aliens. I don't think they're actually ever called that in the movie, but that is apparently their official name. So we can call them that now. Good time. So
the what? Nerdlucks?
Nerdlucks. Yes, I believe they're called. Of course, they become the Monstars eventually, but they're when they're tiny, they're the Nerdlucks. So, yes.
I will say this: I never did like Bugs Bunny. So
you never liked Bugs Bunny?
He's also an asshole.
Well, yeah, but he's like a lovable asshole. I mean, he's like the
no, he's not.
Like he doesn't care about anything. Like, he's like
a clever asshole.
He's like he's a clever ass. He's like your I don't know. He's just the sassy guy who brings like anarchy. He's like a class clown. Like Bugs is great.
Never liked him. Daffy Duck is my dude.
Yeah, Daffy's all right, but I recently I watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit just about a week ago, and I've seen that several times over the years. It was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. Like if anyone's gonna like. For a lot of people, their Space Jam is probably Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I have the same relationship with that as being a kid right at the right age to have enjoyed that movie, and I do think the animation is quite a bit better done there. Though the same team that did kind of the integration between the animation and the live action stuff also did this movie. So, fun fact.
Well,
I like that.
They're probably more inspired with.
Yeah,
so they're probably more inspired to do Roger Rabbit than this one.
Probably. I like that Wayne Knight is driving Michael Jordan home to his house. That seems realistic.
In a convertible, no less.
Yeah. There you go.
And Michael Jordan's house is so modest.
It is, yes. I'm sure it's very realistic to what he actually lives in.
You're right. He's had trouble selling, so he had a big house out in the suburbs of Chicago, and he had a ton of trouble selling it. I feel like eventually he did find a way to find someone to buy it, but the problem is no one wanted to buy it because it was just like filled with like 23s everywhere and his logo everywhere, and it's like if I'm gonna buy a house for $30 million, like I don't want like I would spend all this time to put all this, unless like because you're not gonna get like a fan it's just gonna be another rich dude who doesn't want your logo and your number all over the place. But I might have pulled enough money together to buy it, but
sure.
Indoor basketball court seemed pretty nice.
Yeah, could have gotten a GoFundMe, between the podcast listeners. I'm sure we could have pulled that together. Charles Barkley the dog makes his appearance, so he's definitely interesting to add like slapstick that's not like involving the Looney Tunes in the movie. Like you had to like kind of throw that in there as well. I guess he does become important later in the story. So.
Look at the other movies that came out in 1996. There's some heavy hitters in this year, but it's not. I don't know if I'd call this a great year for movies. It's top grossing film of the year was Independence Day.
Yeah, don't think that one holds up so well. Although I liked it reasonably well at the time, but
no, I loved it at the time. But yeah.
Look, y'all can't say shit about Independence Day. Let's just go to the next movie before I get mad.
What about Twister? What about Twister?
Oh, that was terrible.
That's a terrible movie. Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, hold on. I don't know about that. But okay. I mean, well,
fair. It's got Bill Paxton in it. Rest in peace. But Bill Paxton was not a good actor. So,
what about a free movie? I don't know, standoff with hockey, basketball, and American football between Jerry Maguire, and then what am I missing? Happy Gilmore. Oh, I guess that's not really hockey. And then Space Jam.
Yeah, golf. That's I'm sure there had to be a hockey movie in '96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cable Guy had basketball scenes, also '96. I'm just going through the list.
You got Mission Impossible, Jerry Maguire, Tom Cruise in 2 of the top 5.
Yeah, I like Jerry Maguire and Mission Impossible, and you know what? I do kind of like Tom Cruise. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy watching him in movies. I know he runs awkwardly, but I'm a fan of his movies in general. There are exceptions, but for the most part, I enjoy Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that's the awkward part about Tom Cruise to point out. The way he runs.
Yes.
Kazam, also 96. Wow, what a big
Was it
year.
really? Wow.
Ooh, yeah. That's about right.
Yeah. And then Steel came out in 97, which I learned in our NBA 20 years ago series that we've been doing. That Double Team and Steel both come out in 1997. So that's a hot year for basketball related movies. That's for sure.
Double Team.
Yeah.
That's what I saw in the theater.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've never seen Double Team, so I'm sure at some point I'll probably have to see it. But I'm not so far.
Just to tie this in with the Christmas season, though, Jingle All the Way, also 1996.
Oh, that's a great movie. Oh,
okay, I'm glad because I've watched it recently, and like anybody that besmirches that movie has no you have no idea what you're talking about. It's solid. It's really good. Like
that movie has so much it's not high art, but it has a pretty good social commentary going.
Yeah, it does.
Just how ridiculous.
Sinbad's awesome. Sinbad's like an amazing character in that movie. He's so good.
I do enjoy Sinbad. I haven't seen the movie, or if I have, I haven't seen it since it came out. But yeah, I do enjoy Sinbad. So perhaps I would like that.
Yeah, you'd like it a lot, and it's very much like '90s consumerism, and like Curtis is saying, like if you really want to take a deep look at it, like it's got a lot in there. It's got a lot of good stuff.
And it's got Phil Hartman.
It does have Phil Hartman. He's amazing.
Rest in peace.
He's so good.
Yeah,
love Phil Hartman so much.
Phil Hartman was great. Yeah. A great 90s football movie before this, but a couple years before this with Sinbad, Necessary Roughness. That's a hidden gem. Yeah, it's a solid one. Scott Bakula's in it, So Kathy Ireland is a kicker. It's good times. Perhaps you're getting a little bit off track here, but you got Yosemite Sam going on here. Yosemite Sam is definitely one of my favorite Looney Tune characters. I would have to say. I also like Foghorn Leghorn. Perhaps just the Southern stereotypes I enjoy.
Oh, no, Foghorn that's my dad's favorite Looney Tunes character. He walked around the house quoting Foghorn Leghorn. So it's only like 2 quotes, but he'd walk around the house quoting them.
Yeah, hey, they're always funny, So
Great verticality by all of the loons.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So this
D3, the Mighty Ducks as well. Wow, what a year!
Oh yeah,
I couldn't even imagine something similar in 2016. What a year for sports movies!
Yeah, that's a classic year. Oh, we got a little Patton parody for the kids. Because definitely the kids are up for Patton. Yeah, it's
that's for the adults that have to go.
It's one of those gratuitous,
that's true.
Yeah, the gratuitous, hey, well, throw something in there so the adults feel like they're not wasting their entire.
I get it. Yeah, fair point. There you go. So. All right, so who's everyone's favorite Looney Tunes character going on? So yeah, mine's probably Foghorn Leghorn actually. So
yeah, it's probably mine too.
Yeah,
I like lots of them, but Foghorn's probably the best.
Yeah. And after that we'll do least favorite.
Elmer Fudd, since he's on the screen. I hate Elmer Fudd.
Oh, really? I
hate him
Fudd,
the most. Yeah.
I hate Tweety Bird. Tweety Bird's my.
Tweety's pretty terrible. Yeah, I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of. I like the Tasmanian Devil growing up. He was pretty solid.
Oh yeah,
Taz was good. He had a great TV show. Oh man.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, because that's sort of my era. Like when I grew up, and Kurt's probably the same with me. Like at that point, like they really stopped because like the '90s, nobody's got time for Bugs Bunny and his shit. But like Tasmanian Devil, like that's movement. It's fast. It's quick. It's radical. Like he was all like Tasmanian Devil was like definitely the most pushed.
And the dad in the show was pretty cool too.
Tiny Toons was good too. Tiny Toons that was a fun show. The Looney Tunes made cameos in that, but that was kind of where like the Warner Brothers animation was at. Like the Looney Tunes were kind of. Like they were more like your grandpa's, cartoons. Like they were, right. The reruns were on TV still, but it wasn't like they were making new ones. Or if they were, like it wasn't, they were more, like they weren't as funny as like Bugs and Buster, or not Bugs, but Buster and what was the I forget the gal's name. Anyway, not important, but.
Look at this fun little old school basketball getting played.
Yeah, there you go.
Trying to study.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to study the set shot. It's not going to work. You got to steal Muggsy Bogues' skills. You can't just
get the fundamentals.
They saw the dude do like a 40-foot 2-hand set shot that banked in. They want to go steal.
What was that? All right,
why did they go?
This must be where all these guys get cameos. Like there's a bunch of weird dudes that are uncredited.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's make sure the people out there know who we're seeing. We got Chuck. chucking up long range shots. Of course.
Yeah, there you go.
An ill-advised,
Actually, yeah, he's actually
long
making a 3-pointer, so it's obvious it's unrealistic.
Right.
Yeah, we got Patricia Heaton there, and guy who plays Homer Simpson.
Oh, I didn't even notice that was pretty.
Yeah, Dan Castellaneta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cast in a long name. Yeah, that's
Oh,
Anthony
Anthony
Mason
Mason
there.
there.
Castellaneta.
Yeah, a little Mace.
Yeah,
Derek Harper as well.
yeah,
Derek Harper, the Knicks MVP in the '94 Finals.
yeah. Almost got the Knicks out of the championship. This came close.
Well, thank God for John Starks.
Yep.
The first time anybody has ever said that term. Thank God.
Yeah.
For James.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you're a Hakeem Olajuwon fan.
Yeah.
Thank
there you
God
go.
for John
Exactly.
Starks.
Yeah.
All right, he's about to steal Charles Barkley's powers.
Yep.
So he's going to get drunk and get caught with a hooker.
Yeah. We had Oakley there. Yeah. There you go.
Throw someone
yeah.
through a window. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, I forgot about this part. He turned it like ooze and
Yeah. I believe that's Danny Ainge there.
Yeah, I was gonna say a little Danny Ainge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason's favorite player, no doubt.
Oh,
There
yeah,
he is.
definitely.
a big part
being,
for Danny Ainge. Look at him.
Yeah.
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 They're like, Danny, act like
There's
an asshole.
Harper.
He's like,
Yeah.
I think I could do it. I think I could do it. So what's my role? We
Paul
just usually
Westphal?
Oh yes, nice.
Yeah.
I hope he gets residuals still.
Yeah.
What a bad
So,
shot by Danny Ainge.
Yeah, why did you have to
Actually,
pick that? There was
yeah,
23 on the shot clock. What are we doing?
So there was a
Do we have the option of rewinding? That was a horrible
Okay,
shot.
I do. Well,
We shouldn't rewind.
we'll
but-
mess
but
up
yeah,
that
it
just
was
for
not
the
good.
sake of the
Yeah.
people, yeah.
For the
Right,
sake of the
but
people,
yes, yeah. But if you're listening, you should rewind rewind the movie, and then sync back up with us.
Because I'm pretty sure like the pass didn't go to Barkley and Ainge's
AC
only
Green is
option
there?
with 23
Yeah.
seconds on the shot
No.
clock.
Yeah.
It was 7 seconds on the clock, which still
Oh, was
doesn't
it?
make it
Okay,
any better.
all right,
but
fair enough.
it hit the rim. That's why I reset.
Yeah, Kurt's
Armin
paying attention.
Gilliam? Was that
That's-
Armin
yeah.
Gilliam?
Yeah,
Yeah.
was it?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Nice.
Rest in peace.
Little
Yeah.
Oak.
Charles Oakley not starting fights and
Yep.
Madison.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't know that yet. He hasn't.
Yeah, it might later. You never know.
Where's Dolan?
Oh, there you go. I would say Ewing probably does some of the best acting in this movie.
Yeah.
I
Not a high standard, but
Nah,
yeah.
I was gonna say I don't
Yeah.
know.
Whoa, hey. AC Green.
AC
Some
Green.
guy
Oh, that
had
is
no
AC.
idea.
Okay, I was
That
wondering who
is?
that was. It was
Yeah, yeah.
Some random guy that got off the street for the Knicks, number
Yep.
40.
There you go.
Ahmad.
Of course, yeah. Always good to have
inside
him.
the NBA. Now,
Does the
that is
NBA
my
actually,
youth.
does the NBA actually have a disabled list? That's not what they call it. I don't think I've ever heard it called disabled list. It's the injured list usually, but
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
not
if that was a
disabled.
Yeah.
term that was used like in '94. But anyway, Michael Jordan without a shirt, you know.
Oh, and some McDonald's French fries next to the. Did you see
Yeah.
that gratuitous
Of
product
course.
placement
Oh, yeah.
there? Why is there just a?
There's a
Let
lot
me
of
put up
that.
my. Oh my God, there's
There's
Muggsy
Muggsy.
getting-
Yeah,
Oh man.
Sixers.
Was that Clarence Weatherspoon stealing it from him? That's
Larry Johnson.
Yeah,
well, LJ. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that was good.
Can't drink water.
Ah,
pretty good.
delicious McDonald's.
Yes.
This shake's gonna get me in shape for the baseball game.
Yeah. There's Sean. There we
Sean
go.
Bradley
Bradley
being
doing the
normal,
robot.
I guess.
Yeah.
Sean Bradley.
Underrated.
There you go. Get,
Now, were we sure that was Sean Bradley with his powers taken, or was that just normal Sean Bradley?
yeah.
No,
Wayne
that
Knight
was
just
regular footage. Yeah.
Mentioned all the products there with the Wheaties and the Nikes and the Hanes and all that.
Yeah,
Did he actually do
Threw
that?
all that in.
Dale Harris.
sort of a
Oh,
joke,
little
yeah.
Dell.
Dale Harris.
Oh, there's
yeah.
Bly.
Look at
Yeah.
Sensabalos' suit. Woo.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice. That's very '90s right there. Yeah,
That's definitely a 90s cut, man.
yeah.
Way too big for the body, but that's
Yeah.
the way it was.
Hey, that's the way the '90s were.
Pig Miller, look at them. Oh,
Yeah.
Vladi, a little youngster Vladi.
Yeah,
It's-
very extra. Yeah, it's surprised not smoking there. You know,
There he is. Oh, he's got a
There you
mask.
Well, they got a gas mask on
Oh,
now.
mascot. Yeah, there you go.
What was great about they're showing Dale Harris. I think I saw like a video of like the mid '70s, and he was an assistant. Yeah, he was an assistant coach of the Rockets in like '77. Still had gray hair, so I'm still waiting
Yeah.
to find a photograph of Dale Harris
Nice.
where he actually had color
Yeah.
to his hair.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's looked like 62 for like 40 years now. It's
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's finally starting to show his age a little bit, but yeah, from like 1973 until 2004, he looked the exact same age. So
Yeah. So Daffy in the hip hop gear reminds me that there was sort of this weird thing with the Looney Tunes in the '90s where they mostly existed like on T-shirts, And there was this fad where like they would all kind of like wear like crisscross type outfits with like their the clothes on backwards and very baggy sort of gear. It's sort of interesting that was kind of the dominant thing I feel like that the Looney Tunes outside of Space Jam of course had during the 90s. I don't know if any of you guys ever had any of those shirts or were into that look, but that was definitely a thing very much in the mid 90s for sure.
Not Looney Tunes, but I had a pretty snazzy Snoopy shirt. That was actually a sweater.
Yeah,
it was really cool. I got to pick that out. That's like first grade. My mom was buying me clothes, and she was like, "You can get one piece of clothing." I was like, "I want the Snoopy sweater." That was on the wall. So
there you go.
And I took my school picture in it too, so we got a nice photograph of me with that
nice.
with a flat top. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm trying to find the one that I had, but I think this is it. It was like the Tasmanian Devil and Bugs Bunny. It's exactly what you were saying, Jason. They both have like backwards hats on. Bugs is wearing his jeans backwards, very crisscross style, and like a baseball jersey. And then Taz has his like arms crossed or whatever with these, and they both have giant sneakers on or whatever. Yeah, it's exactly what I remember. But there was a lot of those. Yeah, I don't know what the whole thing behind those were, but yeah,
it was something that it was like one of those weird phenomena. And it's interesting to me because I think of like that type of fashion probably didn't really exist during like the 90s, and I feel like Jordan, the way we all kind of know the history of how like he was marketed and how like he and Nike together changed the face of marketing, and it's not like a direct line, but I feel like there's sort of like the way that sort of like changed the way that personalities were marketed that led to a more marketing of like cartoon characters and like sports and entertainment and such, and that led to like what eventually the Air Jordans. There's some sort of winding path between the Air Jordans and the Looney Tunes streetwear t-shirts of the 90s.
Right.
So
sounds like a great project for you to undertake.
Yeah, maybe
Jason.
one of these days. Yeah. So
how much legit money do you think was in this Skins game right now? Like MJF, no way he could have gotten through this filming without betting like exorbitant amounts of money on these golf games.
Yes.
Like even as they're filming, I promise he's throwing like 10 G's down on the
He's probably got a pretty snazzy hat on. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he does. He always had that. He always rocked that. He brought that back. I remember like a lot of people in the Chicago area, at least I know for sure, were always trying to rock that because Jordan would always wear that hat, and it was like nobody else looks good in it. Like very few people can rock it. Like my dad tried. It's like no, Dad, like you're not. Michael Jordan's got a certain look and a certain he can pull it off, but not many other people could. So
yeah, and Michael Jordan is not a beacon of fashion, but I agree that the hat looks smart. But I thought
he's not wearing jeans on the golf course. Yeah. That's a plus.
I like Larry. I'm sure taking it way too serious. How long are we gonna be here? I gotta pave my driveway. They're like, no, Larry, it's fine.
It'll be all right. Yeah. So
I still love that he ended his career by like laying bricks. It's like Larry, pay for somebody to do that. But I love it. That's Larry.
That's Larry. Yeah.
Wouldn't be Larry if he didn't do that.
Didn't he also injure his back like? I don't know, working on the roof at his house?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was like bricklaying or something like that. It's like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah,
somebody to do
that. Like, that was like mid to late 80s, right? Where that was the kind of led to the serious back injury, and then obviously he had the surgery and then retired a few years later. But yeah, that was the big damaging thing, I think. So
yeah, probably all the beers didn't help as well.
Yeah, probably not.
No,
yeah.
Terrible.
The fitness,
terrible.
Yeah, like yes. So we got a magnet here helping Jordan.
Wow, what a scene!
Yes, there we go. It's a classic. Yeah. So about to get Bugs and MJ on the screen for the first time. So there you go.
Have we established that they're underground like all the time, or just like around this golf course? I don't care. Don't answer that. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, I feel like
we'll leave it up to you, listener.
They're traveling underground a lot. Like Left Turn to Albuquerque and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like that's part of the accepted universe.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have like a map of the tunnels or anything, but
I just.
There we go. And he's kidnapped.
Yeah,
great acting by Larry.
Yeah,
yeah, Larry, don't move or do anything, Larry. We're gonna just stare into space. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, they all seem fairly unconcerned, so it's not.
Yeah, Larry seems all right with it.
Not as many. Any of the other guys were excited,
Yeah, he's already pondering about a comeback, possibly get another title.
There we go. Yeah,
Michael's off.
There you go. That's what makes sense. You got to go
that's
through the
right.
WB
They
portal.
did establish that earlier. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
You go through the logo. If you go
It
through
all
the
makes
logo, you're
sense
good.
now.
So.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So.
Who's your favorite problematic Looney Tunes character? There's a lot to choose from. So
Favorite problematic.
there's quite a few.
I mean, I liked Speedy Gonzalez a lot as a kid. Like, I had no idea the problematic nature of Speedy Gonzalez until I wasn't until I was like 20 where I like actually like thought about it. I was like, oh, I haven't seen Speedy Gonzalez on TV for like a long time, and then like I thought about it for half a second and was like, oh yeah, there's probably a good reason for that. So that probably mine.
What was the deal with the Martian? Was he just there, and what was his thing? I guess
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah.
I mean, other than he was from Mars, and I think he would try to like take over the world or destroy the world, but I don't know if there's much beyond that. Yeah.
Oh.
Which is problematic to try to commit,
I guess it's problematic, yeah.
The killing of every living being on the planet.
Right.
But, other than that, he was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't have a mouth though. Did they ever establish why? Like, was he an ant or what was he? Because he never had like a mouth.
I believe
He's a Martian,
that he's a
Rich.
Martian, so I think we're okay. I don't know why Michael Jordan has a paperclip in his ear, but probably a good reason for that. So
That was always the most awkward part.
how
of
do
the
we
movie.
feel about Michael Jordan as an actor? Like, if we're gonna give him like a 1 out of 10, it will grade a little bit on the curve considering he's not a professional and so forth. Although like he's been an entertainer in the spotlight for a long time, and he has obviously like commercial acting experience. So what are we gonna throw at him here?
A 2, only because he serves as good foil as somebody else, like with the Spike Lee commercials. He wasn't really a good actor, but he was good as a prop for Spike Lee to be funny in those commercials.
Yeah, he was good, like straight man or whatever.
Yeah.
Like kind of the zaniness of somebody else. He was kind of good, which works again, like in a 30-second commercial, but less so in 90 minutes when Bugs Bunny's being all weird. And Michael's like, "What are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? Like, this is dumb." Like,
Yeah. And it's extra hard to act against like animated backdrops. I mean, yeah, he's acting. There are like real actors that that are there that are. I guess they hired a bunch of like comedians and they would like all be on their knees so they would be smaller. So he was acting against something, but it's still hard to get like the right reaction in those circumstances when dealing with like all the animated stuff. So I would give him. I'd probably be a little more generous, like maybe like a 4, but but all things considered, but yeah, not obviously not high.
Yeah, they just told him to be indifferent about everything, and I guess it works. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. So
Definitely works for Larry.
yeah,
I'm almost surprised that like people didn't criticize Michael Jordan's acting, and then he decided to act in like 30 movies to prove to everybody that he was a good actor. Like that seems like something he would have absolutely done. In 1997, be in like 15 movies, be like
Takes over the Jerry Maguire film.
right, exactly.
there you go.
Like,
Yeah, he
I'll
could have
show
been
Robert
Cuba
Ebert.
Gooding Jr. in that movie. Yeah. Imagine Michael Jordan saying, "Show me the money." Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. So, Bill Murray, I had kind of forgotten all about this, but apparently there was like a time during the like 94-ish or so where he like funded a bunch of commercials with the idea that he was going to retire from acting and go into the NBA. And they had like several like NBA Inside Stuff segments about it. It's like all on YouTube, but I had almost completely forgotten about it until I kind of researched this and looked at a couple articles and such. So that's just that's a great like classic like NBA is willing to embrace some weirdness type stuff, which I enjoy with the league. I feel like that would not necessarily fly in most leagues, but for the NBA it actually works pretty well.
The monsters.
Oh, the monsters are here. Yeah,
They're just busting down doors.
yeah.
We did. There were some people that on Twitter that actually had some pretty good points about the Monstars. That their team acquisition nearly as bad as Michael Jordan's run as director of player operations, like or basketball operations, because they get like a lot of big guys, but not really many guards. Like you only got Muggsy on the point. Like they went for the bruiser, which I guess in the '90s wasn't a bad idea to go with Larry Johnson, Shawn Bradley. But it seems like team construction wise, there were a lot of people on Twitter that had some issues with the Monstars player acquisitions.
Oh yeah, if they want bruisers, I think they should have given Mitch Richmond a call. I mean, he's toiling away for the Kings. I guess the Monstars would be a great opportunity for him at this point.
He might have just accepted a role there. He might have just been like, no, man, don't even think of my body.
Yeah,
I'll just come. I'll just come.
Right.
Fine.
Yeah, better than the Kings for sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he was a good scorer, and he was, he's a good all-around player, so he would have been a good guy to choose from. Yeah, Shawn Bradley, we talked about him earlier, obviously, but we sort of obviously he's a little bit more skilled than not, but obviously his size is his prime quality. So trying to steal his talent seems like a not the best job, because you're not getting like a huge upgrade there if you already have the size.
Well, yeah. I mean, what more to add to that?
Yeah, I mean they had to throw a white guy in there, I guess. So for the marketing reasons. So but. Yeah,
but the lineup right now is Patrick Ewing, Larry Johnson, Charles Barkley, Muggsy Bogues, Shawn Bradley. Like I don't know. I mean, you got Larry Johnson at the 2? Like what?
Yeah. Well, no, Charles Barkley's at the 2 because he's taking 3 3-pointers a game.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. I guess the other guys, like, I feel like that fairly good talent. I mean, you could argue Muggsy's like an even like better value for the talent, because he probably like the size is a limiting thing for him, but
sure.
He has the
Muggsy's
talent to overcome the size. So he's the right guy for that.
No,
and the other guys are there.
Pick. Muggsy was one of the best picks they made that season, the Monstars.
I mean, they could use some more shooting, but this, of course,
they need a lot more shooting.
This is
but
the
I guess if you're
mid-90s
like
when you don't care about shooting in the 90s.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, you just want to back it down anyway.
Yeah, and the 3-point line's like 5 feet away, so it's close enough. You're going to be able to get those shots anyway. So.
Well, we have a forlorn Charles Barkley.
Yeah, he's very sad. Yeah, he's.
I feel like Charles is actually pretty good in the scene for what he had to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Charles gets away with quite a lot on personality, so that's sort of the one. He's got kind of the, that plays to his strengths. He doesn't have like else going for him, to be honest. So personality is like a long ways.
Looks like 98 Rockets Charles Barkley there with that defensive effort.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. So
this just looks like I don't think this is totally unrealistic from what we later saw at Barkley. So,
yeah. At least on defense, yeah. Offense, he would do a little bit more. So he'd be backing down somebody for like 12 minutes.
That's true.
Before taking a shot. Yeah. So.
Also, I want to point out with the kids' clothing here. This is like that weird transition period in the 90s, because they're still wearing like kind of that grungy look from the early period, but it transitioned to the late 90s clothing. So it's like
watch out,
it's
Sean.
just really strange.
Yeah, everyone's both ahead. Yep.
That's a scene that scene still holds up. That's still one of my favorite scenes of this entire movie. That's like genuinely funny, like pretty good. Like
it's good physical comedy. Yeah, you're right, Curtis. Because there's like kind of like the flannel is still going on, but it's definitely like it's pulled away from the old styles, but the kind of the flannel and some of like the lingering effects of the grunge, and then going into whatever you'd call the late '90s for. So
it got really bright and shiny.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thank you, Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah. So there's a penis joke here for
puffy
Patrick
vests
Ewing
everywhere.
Going on,
had to have a puffy vest.
Yeah.
I always love Larry Johnson's hair with the little line.
Yeah.
Not a big line, just a little line right
little line,
right
in the
down
middle.
the center of his
Perfect.
That's very '90s. Yeah.
Fucking nailed it every time.
Yeah. I liked Larry Johnson a lot when I was a kid. He was a lot of fun to watch.
I wish the Knicks thing just never happened. It was so good. And then
I think everybody loved Larry Johnson.
Yeah, how could you not?
Yeah, and Grandma was a fun character, and I guess the
great appearance on Family Matters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like Muggsy, God, why did they let Muggsy act more in this movie?
Why didn't they? Yeah, because he was fairly good in it.
Yeah, I feel like him and Larry Johnson could have done a great job as the main characters.
Yeah,
they have more personality in my.
So wait a minute. So was Larry? Was he a Nick at this point, or was he still a Hornet? Yeah, he was a Hornet at this point, right?
Isn't that the summer he went over?
Yeah, I think 95, 96 was his last year with the Hornets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
Okay, so when they filmed it, he was when it came out, it was November '96, so he was still he would have gone to he would have been in the Knicks by then, because Bradley was traded slightly before the movie came out from the Nets from the Sixers to the Nets, so he was no longer on the team that they portrayed him in. So interestingly enough,
big jinx here with the Space Jam. Everyone's getting moved.
Yeah,
yeah.
There you go.
Some people probably watch it for real. They're like, "Oh, his skills are gone." I mean, might as well.
And Barkley got traded.
He would have.
Yeah, Barkley got traded to the Rockets.
Right.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
What about Muggsy?
I think Muggsy lasted one more year with the Hornets before he went to.
Because we talked about him on the 20 years.
Muggsy got traded in the beginning of the '98 season, so he was still in the Hornets for a while. Yeah. We got Lola Bunny, the infamous Lola Bunny.
This is unequivocally the worst part of this movie. Lola Bunny. So that's the most problematic character you were asking earlier.
Yeah.
Lola.
The name alone is.
Yeah. The idea that they needed to have a
sex it up, yeah,
a sexy bunny is just so weird for this movie. And apparently they originally had her as more of a tomboyish character, but they feared that she would end up being too masculine, so they ended up emphasizing her feminine attributes, which is it's sort of just baffling that they first of all Bugs is kind of like the idea that Bugs needs to have this be this heterosexual character and have this love interest is sort of just against Bugs, who's just a little bit who's always just sort of been a little bit, you cross a lot of lines in terms of gender roles and so forth. So the fact that this kind of negates that aspect of Bugs a little bit, and then it also creates this really over sexualized character in a midriff bearing tank top and all that good stuff. Yeah, it's not ideal.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
just
now they got to get
just the name they chose too. That just would really put it over the top.
Yeah,
lots of names you could choose, but let's choose Lola.
Yeah.
Anyway,
stripper's name.
It's true, or a Kink song, depending on your point of view.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's classic. Yeah, it's a good song. But anyway, I'm a Kinks fan, so.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a Kinks fan too.
Yeah,
that was a really good song by now.
That was good. Yes. Luckily, the one thing that I've imparted on my daughter, who today is her 9th birthday as we're recording this. So happy birthday, Scarlett! Is she's a bit of a Kinks fan. So, here we go. The Charles Barkley the dog is attacking Looney Tunes characters. So. They're getting Michael Jordan shorts, which apparently are in real life important. Were important to him, that he would always wear the North Carolina shorts underneath his game shorts or what have you. So good times.
Or what have you. I like that.
Yeah, or what have you. So Reinis, so we talked a little bit about this off air, but for those listening, you are quite a bit younger than the rest of us, and of course are from Latvia, so very different cultural tradition than the rest of us. What is Space Jam like for you?
Well, I think it certainly was still the top product, I guess, in regards to movies or TV series connected with sports. It was definitely showed throughout my childhood on TV. So in a way, it was even though I was 2 when the film came out, it still is like a cartoon about basketball from my childhood, if that makes sense. The timeline actually lines up quite well because. Things would get later to Latvia than they actually happened in real time. And when I was 5 or 6, they had it on TV. So it's sort of has a similar impact on me, I guess, as well.
Oh.
So what's that Bucks jersey? Is that a high school jersey?
I think that's Delaney, isn't it?
Okay.
Delaney,
yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, that seems right to me.
Doesn't it usually have the name Laney High on it?
I thought so, yeah, but... Yeah.
Fake. It's probably a fake.
Yeah, fake.
That's why I said those are some of the best pair of Jordans, the ones that came out in 96 that they just stole. I'm not a huge shoe person, but I'll say that those were a pretty good looking pair of basketball shoes.
Yeah. I like the black 90, 91 ones, or I'm not a shoe person at all either, so I'm not sure which ones. Those are always my favorite ones, but these are pretty good too. So.
Okay, let's get
it is weird.
From the dog.
It is a little bit weird seeing Bugs and Daffy on the same side. I always thought it was a little bit weird that Michael Jordan's wife and kids are played by actors instead of themselves.
I'm pretty sure that was an interesting dinner conversation.
Yeah. I mean,
would you guys like to star this movie? Be in front of a green screen for like 8 hours a day?
Yeah. I mean, maybe when you're Michael Jordan's kids, like that sort of thing, like you're already so used to that like world that like that sort of thing isn't necessarily like an extra like huge like incentive for you. But I would think you'd want to be in there. Not like the kids did such a great job where like you couldn't have had his role. I mean, I have no idea how good his actor his kids are, but I would imagine, they don't have to do a whole lot.
Right, Marcus could have walked in there and said, "Hey, give that back," and then walk away.
Right?
Like, that's fine. You
probably done all right.
I hope Michael was competitive enough that he just decided that real actors would be better than his kids.
Yeah.
So took him out of the movie.
Break it to his kids. Well, you're just not very good actors. I mean, you're just not very good.
The director has like 5 DVDs of unused scenes where they actually used Michael's kids, and they decided that they're bad. I didn't look up any trivia, but listeners, take this as a fact. I watch about it.
There you go. Yeah, we'll take it as a fact. Why not? Yeah.
All right. Wait, here's something I've noticed. These scenes with Shawn Bradley, Bogues, Johnson, and Ewing, they're together, but Charles Barkley's been on his own.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting.
So I bet you, was too highfalutin to show up with everybody else to try to shoot these scenes.
Oh, yeah.
You know how high-strung he is.
You think he's highfalutin, or do you think he was just like it didn't fit in his schedule, so he just did like separate?
That's what I mean by highfalutin. It's not in his
okay.
schedule. I can't make time to do this, but Patrick Ewing and Larry Johnson can make time to be with Bogues and Shawn Bradley.
Okay. I'll buy that. Why not?
Does anyone know whether Charles was a part of those legendary scrimmages they had during the summer? When Michael had the gym built right by the set, I guess.
Oh,
yeah. I know
about that earlier.
I read an article. I don't remember if Charles was actually a part of that or not. Yeah, Rich, if you don't mind looking.
Let me find out, because it gave the whole roster for those games,
right.
which sounded pretty awesome.
For some reason, and I don't know why, the only guy I remember from that roster is Jack Haley.
Yeah,
always hanging around.
Yeah,
not the biggest star.
Reason.
Yeah. So how do we feel about Seal's "Fly Like an Eagle"?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the original is a terrible song anyway, as far as I'm
concerned.
Not a big Steve Miller Band fan, so so I do enjoy Seal, but not so much this song. So I know that might be a hot take here, maybe even hotter than any of my Space Jam takes, but yet I'm gonna stand by it. Yeah.
This is almost worse. Y'all saying Independence Day was terrible. Good God.
I didn't say it was terrible. I just said it didn't quite hold up.
I said it hasn't aged well. Yes, the special effects do not age well.
I wasn't saying. I didn't quite say terrible, but yeah, Steve Miller Band. Other than Abracadabra, I don't like any of their songs. So
you don't like Flying an Eagle, but you like Abracadabra? Jesus Christ!
I don't know. I have weird.
I have no Steve Miller Band takes, so I'll just leave this out.
Fair enough.
The Joker is good as well.
Yeah, the Joker is good.
I don't know. Some of those songs I just heard too much when like I was like 15 and like my friend was driving me to school that I can't do it anymore. So
that's different.
So as far as these
bad.
pickup games, sorry, go ahead. Finish the Steve Miller Band discussion.
Right, but I mean, well, I was just gonna say. I mean, we're all within our own subjective reality. I mean, it's like the memories aren't so bad. Just the fact that the song like it has like this. Anytime I hear it, I have like this obnoxious like because I heard it so many times type thing. So I feel like that's I feel that's not quite the same as the memories. But
I don't mind the Seal song. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough.
If we brainstorm, what would have been a better song with the connotation of someone or an object flying than Fly Like an Eagle?
Yeah. It's a little too soon to do a Highway to the Danger Zone remake. But
Tom Petty learning to fly?
I like that. That's good. That would be good. I could see Seal belting that one out pretty good too.
Yeah, does it have to be done by Seal?
I believe
like
so.
It still
yes.
has to be a serious impediment. Which is fine. I don't mind Seal. Seal's fine.
Yeah, Seal's great. Yeah. That apparently is the fake David Stern.
Yeah, it's pretty normal.
Yeah.
It seems. So as far as these, so here, the pickup games, it was Reggie Miller, Charles Barkley, Alonzo Mourning, Charles Barkley, Grant Hill, Jerry Stackhouse. So I don't know if those guys were just hanging around, some of the guys. I don't know, but this is from Keith Gibbs, who was an extra on the film. He was talking to Grantland about this.
So it sounds like Charles had the time to make to the scrimmages, but he couldn't wake up in time for the
No, you know,
scenes.
he had time to be where Michael Jordan was, but didn't have time to be with Muggsy and LJ.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what
right.
it is.
Yeah.
If
All right,
I
I ain't hang around with that Muggsy. I ain't hang around with no Muggsy.
Yep.
It's like, all right.
Jack Haley definitely should be added to that list. I will make sure. I think I should create a Wikipedia list after we do this, and I'll add Jack Haley and those names you mentioned.
Nice. Yeah. It's setting some hard screens, I'm sure. Like, really.
All right, so some songs about flying that could have been used. Freebird, Leonard Skinner, would that have been good?
Oh, yeah. But I guess it doesn't fit the film, right? I mean, Leonard Skinner...
Yeah. So long, too. Yeah.
They're so southern.
All right. Somewhere Over the Rainbow? No? Okay. Leaving on the Jet Plane?
I never even heard of that one.
Yeah, I don't even know what that
John
is.
Denver.
Paul McCartney, Jet, I guess.
Leaving on a jet plane. Don't know if I'll be back.
Oh,
again.
that song's terrible. No, that song's horrible. No.
Okay.
Please no.
Oh, that song. Yeah, that
That sounds
Another
terrible, yeah.
another Steve Miller Band song, Jet Airliner. That's a better song, I think, personally.
Jet Airline is such a damn good song.
Yeah.
Ride down the highway with that one playing. Oh my god.
That song's
That's got
actually
a
pretty
bass
good.
line to it.
I'm not gonna. I actually kind of forgot that was by Steve Miller Band, so I'm gonna revise my Steve Miller Band takes a little bit. But Wind Beneath My Wings.
Nah.
No, all right.
Maybe at the
Maybe
end of this movie.
suited. He probably would have better suited for Seal than Fly Like an Eagle, but
Ozzy Osbourne, Flying High Again. Now that's an interesting idea.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. All right, I don't see any other strong ones off the.
So that's why they chose Fly Like an
here.
Eagle, people.
All
so
right,
that's
fair.
all right.
There you go. All right.
they could have done Fly Robin Fly,
Yeah.
the disco song. Like literally, those like the only lyrics to it. It's just like 10 minutes of them saying "Fly Robin Fly,"
Yeah.
up to the sky,
Yeah. Fly Me to the Moon.
over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Why does he
All
come
right,
through
so-
the floor? That's just now you have to repair the floor. Like
Yeah.
there's an entrance way. Why would you come through the
That
floor?
Told you
does-
Bugs was an asshole.
Yeah.
Who else wrote a
Dude,
basketball
like now the
court?
game's gonna be delayed by like 2 hours. We gotta fix the floor.
Well, there's strategic. There's some strategic benefit there of delaying things a little bit. Just giving the Toon Squad a little bit of time to.
I guess.
add
Well, they
some
fixed it already,
cohesiveness,
so never mind. It's already fixed. So
Yeah.
forget it.
There you go. Takes a while.
Danny DeVito must have figured out some way to fix it already. So.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I like that Grandma's, definitely compete on the team.
Yeah,
She brings
Granny
some
was
craft,
a bad pick.
Some craft and
Yeah.
experience there.
She can hold Barkley down in the post. She's been
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
She's been through wars.
She's like Kuzi on the 1970 Royals.
Right, she lived through the Dust Bowl, so I mean, this is nothing.
That's a fair point. Anybody's lived through the Dust Bowl is probably gonna bring something here.
Yeah, it's got a little harder edge. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
If,
So wait,
if they had to have some white guy, why couldn't they just stole white guy's intelligence and have a coach as their sixth monster?
There you go.
Or Joe Klein, or something like that.
That'd be fun.
Paul Westphal. He was at the game.
There you
Right,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Three guys in one game.
Yeah. Paul Westphal.
He'd probably piss them off. He'd probably annoy them too much, and they'd fire him.
Hey, there's Marvin Martian. He's the ref.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That seems slightly impartial. I mean, but
Well, who knows if the Martians, what kind of relationship they have with the Moron Mountain residents? I mean, they may just be enemies.
a lot of crab dribbling by Bugs there. That was maybe in the 90s they would have called that traveling, because in the 90s they called every foul everything.
That's true.
Everything was perfect. Yeah, I don't know if you remember that from the 90s, but
Yeah.
now they let
did.
guys do whatever. But back in those days,
do whatever they want to now. Yeah.
right? But back in those days,
Yeah.
every foul was called, and except the fouls that weren't called, because it was better that they didn't call fouls. But
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So Daffy doesn't seem to really have a
75 to
good sense of the
74
rules.
games. The
Yeah.
good old days.
The good old days. Yeah. Absolutely. So I feel like Lolo's not doing a whole lot here for being a basketball savant. Yeah.
The low cut jersey too, because of course got to sex up the game too.
Absolutely.
Who can
Gotta
forget
keep
when
it
the
sexy.
WNBA, when they made everybody in the WNBA wear tank top and
Yeah. Definitely.
Sex up that rabbit.
yeah. All right, nice move by Jordan. That's
Yeah.
Very selfish by him.
Pass it. When you're getting quadruple teamed, it might be time to pass it off to Porky Pig. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, in fairness, what's
flashbacks
Porky
of playing with Dave Corzine against the Pistons.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah,
who's better, Porky Pig or Dave
remembering his old
Corzine?
days.
It's a fair question.
He's remembering the old '86.
Yeah. I mean, would you rather pass to Brad Tillers or Tweety Bird? That's a fair question. All right, so here's a solid. We got something related to this question, and I thought that might be a good one. If Space Jam were made in the '70s, who would be the who would be Jordan? Who would be have gotten their power stolen for the Monstars?
Julius, I guess, is the we'll
safe
choice for Jordan.
Yeah, I would agree with Julius.
I would go there too.
Yeah, I think Maravich is a possibility as well. But Curtis, do you have any strong feelings about that?
Not particularly.
All right, fair enough. All right, so who's getting their power stolen? I guess I would say Kareem would be the candidate for the big. Anyone have any?
No,
strong...
the big has to suck. It can't, or it's not suck.
Okay. Well,
average.
if the big sucks.
He was like a big stiff,
like Elmore Smith?
kind of average center.
Yeah.
Marvin Webster.
Not Marvin Webster. Marvin Webster has some fluidity.
Yeah.
If you gotta think like Kent Benson, that's who get his power stolen.
Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, Ken Benson's good.
By the way, the song that's playing in the background of this game right now is legitimately like a great song. To Hit 'Em High.
Yeah, Hit 'Em High.
Yeah,
that is a good song.
I'll put that song up against it still holds up.
Yeah, it slaps. I agree.
Yeah, it's an all-star cast of 1996 hip hop too.
Yeah,
Cypress Hill, Coolio, Method Man, like it's they're all there. So
yeah, LL Cool J. Yeah.
It's 96 in a nutshell. If you wanted to, how can I best represent safe 1996 hip hop? I would show them that song. Be like, here you go.
Yeah. All right, so who are our forwards for the '70s if we're going there? I think Ken Benson's our good center. So
well, we need another center who's much better. Because remember they stole Patrick Ewing too.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I guess we need another. We need a center. If there's like a
are we following their team building like the let's get all big men thing? Okay, all right, that's fine.
Oh, I think we should.
Go ahead, Curtis. Who do you think is the Ewing equivalent in the?
Well, it has to be like a really good center, but he's not the best center in the NBA. So
Bob Lanier.
Yes, that's bad. That's what I was about to say. Bob Lanier. They stole his powers.
Mel Daniels.
Ooh. Yeah, that's good too. I don't know. Are we getting ABA guys in here? It's good. This is like an NBA project. So how are we? Of course, I guess if we're having Doc in there, then we're gonna be accepting the ABA. So I would. I'm okay with you, the guy. I don't know, Rich. You want to break the tie here, or?
So it's between who we got? We got Bob Lanier,
Bob Lanier, or Mel Daniels.
Ooh, man. Let's go with Lanier.
All right, I
get Bob Lanier in there. But I like
went
both.
with Mel because he sort of reminds me of Ewing in a sense that he was like a defensive rebounding guy who actually, also could score. I probably wasn't coming out of college like this go-to scorer type, but could put up points.
Yeah, no. All right, so the '70s equivalent of Barkley.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Kind of a jerk.
I mean, yeah.
Does he have to be an asshole? Yeah, I'll start with asshole. And then
yeah. So he wasn't nearly as good, but the first guy who kind of came to mind, was Truck Robinson. I know who was bigger, but it was kind of like it was a stout rebounder for like a while. He was a stout scorer, like he was kind of like this power guy. So,
but actually, Truck took a lot of jump shots too.
Yeah.
I actually had Truck Robinson for the LJ role, which I guess sort of shows how similar Barkley and LJ were in a way. Obviously not the passer Barkley was, but yeah, undersized power forwards.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with Truck Robinson since we've kind of thrown him in there. I feel like that's a fairly good one. Any strong objections there?
No, I'm good with Truck.
All right. So now we got to get the other, I guess, another forward. I mean, if we want to throw like a big guard in, I'm okay with that. So I
feel like we should be just as stupid as their team building.
What's that?
So we should be just as stupid as their team building.
Okay, stupid.
Just throw in Mo Lucas as well. Yeah.
All right, there you go. I like it. Mo Lucas, he's menacing, but also has kind of like has a little bit of a playful side too. So I feel like Reinis Lacis fits in that pretty well. So now we just need our Muggsy Bogues.
Now we need a diminutive point guard.
Yeah, well, I guess Tiny Archibald obviously would be the first guy you'd think of, but he was obviously much better than
he was too
Bogues,
good.
So but I think
Kevin
Calvin
Porter.
Murphy. I like that one. Personality wise, he's good too. Yeah. All right.
But see, but
good.
But Murphy really didn't pass the ball though.
Yeah. I don't think Bogues
Kevin
actually
Porter's
played.
the one.
Oh, that's not bad.
I think Kevin Porter was like 6 feet. Yeah, but he just did mostly passing.
Yeah.
Like Murphy went out there to score, and he would pass if you were open, but he wasn't looking to pass the ball.
Right. So, in fairness, so apparently, according to the stats, this was calculated by the Harvard College Sports Analytics Conference. So, the Monstar who stole Bogues' talent, he had 6 assists at least, but he doesn't score, and neither does the Monstar who stole Bradley's ability. In fact, Bradley's Monstar has no stats, no points, no rebounds, no assists, not even any blocks.
Sounds like Ken Benson.
And, yeah, there you go. And Jordan, he has 44 points on perfect 22 of 22 shooting, and scored more than half his points on dunks. And 85% of the points in this game came on slam dunks. So even when there were, well, I guess not when there were explosions at the rim. So yeah.
Nobody talks about the halftime. What were they taking? It was like Michael's secret sauce. What was it? Was it like HGH? Was it amphetamines? Like what were we taking at that halftime? Because everybody's fired up now.
Yeah,
ready to go.
Hitler.
It was some sort of clear liquid, so I don't know if like what the.
Yeah, that's tough. I might just have to remain a mystery. I don't know. I believe within the story that it's just they didn't actually have anything. They were just believing in themselves. But there's a bum there. That's for sure.
Yeah,
there's a butt. And the Toothless Six are all laughing. Oh, Jordan, that's
not too many. You don't see too many Toothless Six at basketball games these days. But
they had to. There you go. And the Toon Squad's coming back. Pretty good.
Maybe it's Sacramento, but that's about it.
Oh, Granny's falling off. Yeah, maybe,
Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Oklahoma City. Yeah. Sorry.
Ooh.
Pepe Le Pew stinking up the place. So, true. I mean, you have to admire
Damn French, stupid
the Toon
French.
Squad has a pretty deep bench. They're going to a lot of guys. I mean, the Monsters really only have 5 guys. Like,
why didn't they steal more guys? Like,
yeah.
Get some good bench guys in there. Get an AC Green. AC Green was sitting right there. That's in every. He'll play every game for you.
He will play every game for you.
He's
10 minutes a game, maybe, but he'll play every game.
Exactly, right. Yeah. That's fine. You just need him in there to get a little run. Like, we got Coach Thibodeau over here just running the starters to death. It's like, let's try to.
Yeah.
It's obviously not paying off because they're faltering in the second half. So
yeah, it's like Minnesota in the fourth quarter. They just get tired.
Right.
They don't play well.
And this just seems gratuitous. I don't know why he's allowed to just punch people, but all right, whatever.
Yeah. It's a physical in the '90s. It's a physical game.
That's true. You could punch people. I forget that you could punch people without any issues.
Yeah, right.
The game was played much harder then. So
yeah. Well, didn't we touch on the fact that Marvin doesn't have a mouth, so I guess he can't really whistle.
Right, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's a fair point. Yeah,
that's a problem.
Here we now we get to the most ridiculous scene in the movie, where they try to enslave Michael Jordan.
Yeah. It's not ideal. No,
it's not. Especially since he got kidnapped in Birmingham. Let's remember. So.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but that particular aspect of it. But yeah, that's not great. Yeah.
Oh no, I've been taking notes.
Yeah. Leave it to you, Curtis, to be able to get all the historical aspects and the context of the film in here.
So obviously, with smoking happening in the arena, this is obviously taking place in the Italian basketball league. So that's
there you go.
Good to know.
Really, they should have gotten Vlade in that for that, just for that aspect.
Right. Right, the smoking. Yeah, smoking's allowed. So there's slave Michael signing autographs.
There he is. He got the chains on him.
Yeah.
I always find the art style of this like really. It's just like
it's actually well done, but
it is.
It's odd, for the film. Yeah, so. Yeah, I mean the animation is for the most part it is really good, but the integration is fine. But sometimes it's a little bit weird how the characters in the foreground seem a lot different than the characters in the background, and that was something I did not notice nearly as much, the disparity between them or the distinction between them in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And I don't know if it just...
he can blow the whistle.
Oh, he can whistle.
There you go. Yeah. He has a mouth.
Like a mouth.
Yeah.
So he's just not calling these. He's just calling it. He's letting them play out there, which is, I guess I respect that a little bit.
They're playing in Martian rules, you know. Yeah, they call out. I mean, the gravity's different, so you know the physicality. It's hard to call it there, you know. But they're going maybe a little bit too far. Yeah.
Yeah, using a guy as a golf club, and that seems a little extreme.
Tweety had that coming, so I understand. You know, Tweety's an asshole, but yeah,
spitting. I mean, come on, this is what are we doing here?
Yeah, yeah.
Got to get some control here. Where's that David Stern character?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
Where is it? Yeah, where's that fake David Stern? You know,
because I want like the
Oh no!
Yeah. I want like the JoJo English fight where it's like sitting in David Stern's lap, and he's just like, "Oh God."
Yeah.
I forgot who else was it. Was it Derek? Was it Derek Harper in that? The JoJo English.
It was Knicks, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah. It was Knicks Bulls, but I forgot who the Knicks instigator was.
And see, I don't think Derek Harper never really instigated anything.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
He finished stuff, but he wasn't instigating.
He might have finished this one. I'm sure. It's very possible that JoJo English was the
what year was it?
Let me see.
I'm going to look it up David right McDaniel played for the Knicks.
Oh, you know what? That's
and he'd instigate some shit.
Oh, it was Derek Harper. Okay, it was Derek Harper. I imagine that JoJo started it though.
Yeah, he must have started like.
Yeah, it was 94.
Like Derek could mess you up, but he wouldn't just be looking for it though.
No. I'm sure JoJo was being because he really didn't do much else. So I'm sure.
Yeah. Game 3 of the '94 Eastern Conference semifinals. Oh, now we need a fifth player.
It's got to be Newman.
Yeah.
Oh man, they fucked up Pepe Le Pew. Damn.
Yeah, they really did. Yeah. I mean, in fairness, Pepe kind of had it coming. Pepe's done a lot of shady shit. Like,
right.
In his,
he is a serial sexual.
And he's French. And he's French. So I mean, come on, we gotta,
Yeah. Well, I don't have a problem with the French so much.
Smelly French.
It's kind of a weird thing with you, Rich. But yeah.
No, I'm just.
Yeah. But that's all right, Rich.
He's ready to go.
I know you.
I call him freedom. I still call him freedom fries, by the way.
Oh, so. That's fair. You know.
I enjoyed when that was a thing for like 2 weeks, and then no, we're not going to call him freedom fries.
Back in the days, yeah. Freedom is 2 syllables. It's a lot of words, you know. So. Jordan actually won to pass there, which is good, you know.
Yeah, that was good. So, he's finally giving it up a little.
So,
but,
okay, do you think that are the Toon Squad running the triangle? You know, like is Jordan like is he passing on his belief in the Bull system onto the Toon Squad, or is he running a different offense? You know,
I feel like he's running back like the early like the Collins era Bulls where it's just like Jordan shoots a lot and everybody stands around. I feel like that's kind of the what we're.
Yeah, because he doesn't believe in the triangle that much. I guess
right, exactly. Yeah.
They don't have the personnel to run it
either.
They don't have a big guard, you know. I mean, it's tough, you know.
Solid 1996 special effects right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
See, and that's why Independence Day isn't that good because you'll watch it and you're like, oh man, the special effects
look.
Suck. I'm just saying,
it never looked that bad. Like you could tell, like it's dated, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference between dated and bad. Like
okay, I can see that.
Like the early 2000 Star Wars movies. That was bad special effects.
Right.
Like that was just that didn't look good when it came out.
Yeah. I mean, some of that was I don't know why I'm putting myself in the position to defend the Star Wars prequels, but some of that was they were trying to experiment with the technology of the time, and it just like that technology wasn't like ready to extend as far as they wanted to extend it, I guess. But they were intending to do something, but yes.
Don't put yourself in that position again.
That's
fair enough.
You don't need to do that. How many timeouts is there in this game? Because I feel like we've had a lot of downtime in this game.
Yeah.
A lot of talking, a lot of people coming in. Apparently, you can just add anybody to your roster at any point.
I mean, there's a lot of injury timeouts, to be sure.
Yeah.
I think
as many as in a typical NBA game.
That's true. Yeah, right, that's true. Yeah. I mean, we got
more like NFL with all the injuries, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with how physical this has been, there definitely could be, so hopefully there's some concussion tests backstage. We want the proper medical care for these tunes.
Did Bill Murray explain how he got down there?
Nah,
I don't think the movie
just showed up.
caring too much about that. Yeah,
Bill Murray just goes places. Even in real life, Bill Murray just appears places, and nobody's really quite sure how he got there, why he's there, or what he's going to leave. So that's...
Hey, Michigan J. Frog. Brief cameo.
I do enjoy Michigan J. Frog, yeah. So,
rest in peace, WB.
Yeah.
Enjoy the T-shirt under the jersey. That's...
Yeah. It's good. And the compression shorts underneath the...
that's...
Shorts are, actually shorter than generally was worn back then. So... Oh, yeah, they explained that the producer's a friend of his, and the Teamster came and dropped him off. So, because Ivan Reitman actually was a friend of his. So,
that is true.
They do explain it. So there you go.
We try to poke holes in the Space Jam, and I'm telling you, man, they're starting to... They got us.
That plotting is tight, you know?
I'm just asking questions.
It's fair. It's a good point. There you go.
If they have Ivan Reitman and... She got the rest of the Ghostbusters crewed in. Oh, well. Could have used Ernie Hudson in this movie.
Yeah, Ernie Hudson can be a good addition to pretty much any movie.
Oh man, he was great in Congo. Didn't Congo come out in '96?
I like.
That it seems like around then, but maybe like a year or two later. Yeah,
definitely came out in '95 or '96. The movie Congo.
Yeah,
that was a damn good movie. Just because it's so ridiculous. Anyways. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Here, just throw it down.
Crunch time.
Yeah. From the half court.
From half court. Well, a step in front of the half court. So
just like he did.
Eddie uses him to jump off. So
it's sort of like the Tom Chambers, Mark Jackson dunk. So there's precedence.
Right. So they're adding some realism here. I appreciate their aim for realism. So.
Yeah.
And the '70s version would have Dr. J jumping from the free throw line. So
the
evolution of the game.
Yeah.
No, the 3-point line. It's got to be a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Here's the sweet Keon Clark dunk here, where he just kind of throws it in with a long arm. It's supposed to.
Yeah. It works.
Keon Clark's in jail now, right?
I have no comment.
I don't know about that.
I'm on it.
All right.
I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, I think he got in some not great situations, but he had that really great dunk though.
Oh, so. he supposedly is out now.
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay, good. I guess good. I forgot what he's in for, so maybe not
I
good.
think that's good.
I should assume it's good.
Yeah, he was in prison for weapons charges, so let's calm down with the celebration, I guess.
I mean, was he just trafficking guns, or did he not have a license?
Yeah, let's
Okay, I'm going down this rabbit hole, I guess.
We
can't just leave us there like he had a weapons charge. Like,
yeah, I remember something more nefarious, I think, but I don't want to actually say what it is until we have some actual.
Are we Bill Murray fans here? Because I'm.
Oh yeah.
I'm not, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like after 1984.
Oh, after that?
Yeah. Like
after
the
80s, I don't
he
know.
still shows up places.
Like Scrooged and like yeah, he's been in a lot of good stuff. I mean, obviously he's been in his fair share of crap too, but I think he always brings something to it, even if it's not even in the project in and of itself is not that great. He always brings kind of a weird energy or brings something fun to it. So.
That's fair. I think a lot of my stuff is clouded by the fact that he shows up to Chicago sporting events. He's like Jim Belushi, or not, in that same thing where you'll just watch it'll just be like a Cubs game and they have to cut to Bill Murray in the crowd every 5 seconds, and it's just Bill Murray in the crowd, and he's just there, and it's just he makes weird faces and everybody laughs because it's Bill Murray. So that kind of clouds my judgment a little bit because I've seen him at sporting events for the last 15 years, just kind of being Bill Murray. So.
Yeah, I mean, more recently he did Lost in Translation, Rushmore.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Groundhog Day in '93, not recent, but it's but after '84, obviously. So
yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the Garfield movies, so not ideal, but I would say the Wes Anderson
got to get a paycheck.
So I forgot he was in Wild Things. Which came out in '98, so not so a little bit after this, but he's like the attorney that wears the neck brace in Wild Things. I don't know if you guys have seen Wild Things, but that was a notable movie in my well, I guess I was 19 by then, but in my whatever is between teenager and adulthood, it was notable during that time. So anyway, back
Bill Murray
to
really saved the day here. Well, he really saved the day here. I mean,
he did. Bill Murray
yeah,
is actually the hero of this movie. I would have to say.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that Jordan, he was fine. I mean, he made the final shot, but I mean, really, the whole without Bill Murray, I mean, this thing is
Couldn't have happened.
yeah.
That's true.
Well, Wayne Knight's fine now. All of a sudden, he was blown up. He was what?
Yeah.
He was floating in space seconds ago.
Yeah, he's back in his other outfit. He got a shower in apparently. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, come on,
Apparently,
man, like we needed
he
you
wasn't,
out there.
He
Like,
wasn't really that invested in what was going on. So yeah.
Michael Jordan not even a drop of sweat at all during this entire movie.
Well, he got a little bit on his shoulder, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
amazing.
that's true.
His face and head have no sweat. But
Yeah.
his shoulders do.
It's a weird thing where his shoulders sweat. I don't know. It's strange, but
yeah, a little
smack.
forced kiss. Yeah, that's always.
Yeah. Now we're back to baseball.
Yeah, a riot's about to break out.
Yeah.
I want Michael.
Yeah. People really want to see Michael Jordan play baseball. Definitely realistic.
I'd make a joke about Michael Jordan and his wife waiting for Michael to come and him not arriving, but that's I'll save it for another day.
All right, fair enough.
That's probably not the first time they've been waiting for their dad.
Yeah.
Hasn't showed up, but that's all right.
Well, he's got 36 holes of golf to play, so
And like a spaceship shows up, and
yeah.
Michael Jordan steps out.
It was well reported. Well reported in Birmingham.
Yeah. That's right, that Bill Murray was in Tootsie. I forgot about that. Oh, here we go.
There it is again.
I believe I can fly.
Killer.
Yeah. Exciting stuff.
I grab a bullhorn. Yeah. And the dugout's cleared.
Yeah.
I mean, he's bad. You guys don't really. You could have played without him. Like, he's not very
That's
good.
true.
Like,
He's not important to
He's
your
all
team.
right. Like,
Yeah.
the funny thing about the Michael Jordan thing is that, like, you look at his stats and like they weren't good, but they were like not bad for a dude that was just like completely out of place in baseball and hadn't played in years or whatever. Like, he's fine. He's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, better than most normal people. I mean, most people would be, and
Yeah. Within the kind of
minor league baseball.
Yeah,
So
within the context of what he was asked to do. Yeah, not too bad.
sure.
All right. See, this is what I told y'all. Michael
Bugsy
Jordan
Bugs.
about to show up.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley's there with everybody else now.
There you go, finally,
So he could be with MJ.
Yeah.
Mhm. And it shows you just the cultural power of the Charlotte Hornets, where they can have 2 of the 5 players.
Yeah, right.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing that like 4 years later the franchise would just be dead. Gone.
Yeah.
It's just like
That's what a bad owner can do.
Yeah.
Good old George Sheehan.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Not ideal.
Like to go from cultural like relevance to like
Yeah.
like mainstream cultural relevance too. Like if you mention Charlotte Hornets starter jacket, like people that don't even know anything about basketball will know what that is and kind of familiar with the logo and the colors, and then they were just dead as a franchise. And,
Yeah,
like,
and they were like leading the league in attendance for like 5 years or something.
Yeah.
And they were really, even when they were bad, they were incredible. Like not obviously they had that national attention because of just the unique look and the star jackets and all that, and some of the players they had. But yeah, they were really great locally. They were a great story, and that turned terrible so fast.
The thing was that they were always good, minus like their first couple of years as an expansion. But after that, they were always good.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
The owner just he had some weird thing where he sexually harassed somebody.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't want to build him the arena. It's like you're a shitty owner. You like sexually harass people. Why would we want to build you a stadium?
right. Yeah, they alienate. I mean, they obviously got rid of like a lot of their beloved players, and Alonzo Mourning left and Larry Johnson left, and they forced Muggsy Bogues out, that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, that was a bad move.
pretty much everything bad you could have done, and some of it
they found a way to do it.
Some of it might have been unavoidable, with maybe guys who wanted out, but yeah, they handled it all very poorly.
But like, if Muggsy wants to stay, he stays.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they got
Isn't
PJ Armstrong
Charlotte
for him, so.
like a thriving city nowadays? They're still, they're kind of on the upswing. At least they're not the Bobcats anymore, but they still can't really pack the place.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, that's never really. It doesn't
It's
seem
just
like
not the same.
they've had any relevance culturally. I mean, the Hornets thing bumped them up a little bit, maybe, but yeah, maybe one day. I mean, if they're really good again, probably they could bring that back. But yeah,
Yeah, but he's not wrong. I mean, they're still like a pretty okay for despite being what the current Charlotte Hornets, which aren't like really the most exciting. They still do pretty well attendance wise, and people still kind of follow them. They're not culturally relevant anymore, but it's still still pretty interesting what they were able to kind of accomplish. But yeah, they were like I remember even as they were like going away as a franchise, they were still good. Like I remember Baron Davis, like, leading them to the playoffs or whatever.
Yeah,
just like,
they were like 45.
and Eddie Robinson and Baron Davis, and like they're still fine. But it's like this team that's in the playoffs and like doing okay is about to be moved, and like
exactly. They were always the only problem was the owner because he couldn't keep his hands to himself.
Yeah.
And then when he went to New Orleans, he went broke, and the NBA had to buy him out.
Yeah.
So it was like, what the hell, y'all messed up Charlotte. Then you had to buy out the owner of New Orleans. Just totally messed that situation.
Like maybe the owner's the problem. Maybe
maybe the owner's the problem.
Yeah.
Maybe the owner's the problem. Yeah.
Here we go, like an Eagles again.
Oh, they're playing against the
So there's Shaq.
Yeah, there's Shaq.
So
Shaq is there.
We were
got
wondering
Luke
where Shaq
Longley's
came
there.
in.
Yeah.
Oh, the 4-5.
Yeah.
Actual playoff footage.
Yeah.
Because that's got to be from the 95 playoffs.
Yeah.
The series that, of course, Michael Jordan and the Bulls won because they never, ever lost in the playoffs. I don't know what
Of course,
you were
yeah.
talking about.
No, yeah, they definitely won that year.
Who could forget the... So that's it.
Great
That's...
95 championship they won. Yeah. Well, we got it. Well, we got it through the credits, of course.
Yes.
So yeah.
It's not it. Maybe there's a special ending we don't know about.
It might
You
be.
know what? I don't know if I ever watched the whole way through, so I guess
there could be. And that wouldn't be the most shocking thing in the world if there were something bonus at the end. Well, we're going to have Porky Pig at the end, I assume. So...
Right, of course. Yeah, of course.
I would hope so. That would be, So, Teresa Randall as Juanita Jordan. She was in
Erica Gordon
I think she was in
in
Girl
this movie.
6 with a Spike Lee movie. I remember her from. That's about it as far as I'm sure she was in other stuff though. So,
Jim Rome was in this movie?
Yeah, he does like a radio spot like for like 4 seconds at the beginning.
Okay, sorry, I missed him.
And actually, there was an article about he still gets like residual checks. For,
he gets like
Space
$6. He gets like $6 a month or whatever from residuals.
Well, if that's the case, Jeff Malone was in this movie, so he still gets a residual there.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I love the fact that Alan Bristow couldn't play himself, but they hired an actor to play the Charlotte coach for whatever reason.
There you go.
I wonder if because he seems like a very grumpy man. I bet he was probably like, nah, screw that. I don't have time.
Yeah. You want me to do what?
I got a coach, and it's like, all right, well, I'll make
I gotta
money,
go
man.
scout some film. You guys get somebody else to get in here. Yeah. So
now he's kicking himself that he's not getting those $6 checks every
yeah,
day.
that'd be huge. Yeah. So
Marco Rubio. Not Marco Rubio.
It would end up.
Rubio.
Funny enough, the key grip on this movie would end up becoming a presidential candidate. So.
Right. Yeah. Morgan is the script. Just one Morgan. No.
Just Morgan.
No last
just
name.
yeah.
Just
I
Morgan.
wish one day I could go by just a name. That's
just Rich.
Really,
yeah.
Really
there
arrived.
Yeah.
Really arrived when you done that.
Yeah. That's fun. That's good.
Standby painter. It's always good to have a painter on standby. So
yeah.
Just in case.
You never know.
You never know when you need something painted. Yeah. So is that something painted on the set, or is that like some of the animation?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's just some just in case paint. You never know.
I don't know how much they're doing. Like, if this is like more heavily computer animated, or if they're still doing a lot of like hand drawn stuff on at this point, in technology. Because obviously, the computers are around, but they're not as sophisticated as they are now. So I don't know how much.
I think a lot of it was digital because I remember reading the one article that like every character, like you were saying, those like actors, they would have the actors like on their knees or whatever.
Right.
I think they said that a lot of them it was like all green screen. Like the entire movie was filmed behind a green screen, on a green screen. Like it was really weird in the production, which is actually, it's pretty unique for that era, especially because like you're saying it's still an era that they haven't quite done that yet of like going all out. I wonder how expensive this movie was to make. I should probably
probably know that.
It wasn't. Yeah, well, it was expensive, but like it was. It grossed over 230 million worldwide. It's the highest-grossing basketball film of all time. It was a huge hit at the time, and the merchandising was even bigger. The merchandising was like in billions. So the movie made good money, but not like wasn't that remarkable. But the merchandising was, of course,
the movie was just a commercial.
Well, yeah, pretty much. So a very successful commercial.
Yeah. $80 million to make it. That's not too bad. 80 mil. That's not terrible.
That's a good advertising budget. Make $1 billion back.
Yeah, that is good.
So
Billy West,
the actor by the name of Manor Mookie Washington, who played Jordan's son and was fourth in credits. He has 3 credits in his life, and the second one of them is in Steel. So that's one heck of a coincidence.
That is. That's good.
He plays pre-T number 2.
Who could forget the role? His great
Bit
role
of a
as pre-T number 2.
How many people other than Horace Grant have been teammates with Shaq and Michael Jordan?
Yeah, exactly.
There's
right.
Probably a few, but not that many. So
Manor Mookie Washington, yeah, certainly.
yeah, I guess John Sally too. Didn't Sally play for the Lakers when Jack was
Yeah.
up?
Oh, right, yeah. during the
Yeah,
old,
we use
yeah.
play loosely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron Harper.
He always
Oh,
brings
yeah,
up the
Ron
ring,
Harper,
though.
that's
John
right,
Sally
yeah.
definitely counts the ring, though, that he won.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Ron Harper definitely gets more credit because he actually played.
Right. Yeah.
Dennis Rodman as well, by the way. I had a cup of tea with the Lakers.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
Steve Smith is an animator. I'm assuming it is the Steve Smith that we
Yeah,
all know.
The Steve Smith.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, Smitty.
Moonlights as a
Stars, yeah.
digital artist,
Yeah.
digital animator in his free time. So.
Makes a lot of sense.
I forgot that this Monica song was on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. The soundtrack's solid. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Really, Buggin' is the only really bad one on there. I mean, I Believe I Can Fly obviously was a huge hit. It's not a personal song I enjoy, but obviously it was very popular again. But yeah, there's a D'Angelo song on there. There's Spin Doctors with Biz Markie covering "That's the Way I Like It," which is just like weird. Like, yeah.
That sounds very weird.
Barry White and Chris Rock doing Basketball Jones. Yeah. And Robin doing "Giving You All That I've Got," which is kind of in this similar to that vein. So
It's funny. There's a random song that has Jay-Z in it, but it's like obviously pre Jay-Z blowing up or whatever. It's like
Right.
R. Kelly, Changing Faces, and Jay-Z.
yeah, all of my days.
Just
yeah.
this guy named Jay-Z.
Yeah. Well, and Jay-Z actually wrote the Bugs Bunny rap song "Buggin'." So yeah, he actually he wrote the song. So
him and Dr. Dre have Bugs Bunny and Dr. Dre have both been ghostwritten by Mr. Sean Carter. That's pretty.
well, there you go.
So.
Nice deal. So.
He doesn't list that too much.
Yeah.
Jay-Z doesn't list bugging in much of his.
It's surprising.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
He really
Yeah.
should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, that should be on the CV.
Yeah.
What's he ashamed of? What's the deal?
Yeah. Salt and Pepper also on here. Salt and Pepper, I believe, the only people who were both in Space Jam and WrestleMania 11. So,
An illustrious list.
yeah, that's.
I'm gonna think about this because there had to be somebody else, but I think you're probably right. But
Yeah, I mean, Nicholas Totoro was in WrestleMania 11. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was in WrestleMania 11.
JTT was there, but he did not appear in this.
Right. Oh, here's your Hit 'Em High.
Oh, it still works.
Yeah.
I forgot about Busta Rhymes in that song
Apparently,
too.
one of the writers for Hit 'Em High was Louis Freeze. Probably not the same as the FBI.
That's Be
director.
Real. Sorry
Yeah.
to unmask him, but that's Be Real.
Oh, that's Be Real. Okay, not.
But
Louis
unfortunately,
Freeze,
Louis Freeze isn't as cool of a name as Be Real.
Yeah.
So he
There
had
you
to go by Be Real.
All right.
Because they tried the rap thing as Louis Freeze, and it didn't.
Okay, here we go. We're getting a full list of the songs.
Oh, here we go.
There it
Yeah.
is. Let's see.
Little Jive Records making a.
Oh, Trackmasters.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, there's like that. Trackmasters. It's
Yeah.
Tommy Boy. We're good to go. We Hit 'Em High. It's got it all.
Nile Rodgers co-wrote the Salt and Pepper song, so it's good.
Good old now, Rogers. Man,
Yeah.
y'all got to get me pissed because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they keep pissing me off every year. They don't induct Chic. Those
Oh
bastards.
yeah, not yet. Hopefully,
Like
someday.
12 times they've been nominated. They can't get in.
Yeah,
It's a goddamn shame.
yeah.
My parents always.
I love the
upset about
fact that they had to have so many basketball research people for whatever reason.
Yeah, and then
Do these scenes look realistic?
Right.
Can you punch someone? I guess you
Right.
can. In the
Well, they had to find
90s
somebody to
NBA.
get like the 1930s basketball feel.
Right, yeah,
that's
a good point,
true. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I wonder if any of the basketball historians in this podcast would be invited to do research for Space Jam 2. I think one of us would deserve it. At
I
least
sure
one
as
of us.
hell would. Shit, I need a paycheck.
I'm glad to sell out if that's.
Yeah.
I don't care. Give me
All
those residuals.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm like Crush the Decline. I'll endorse anything.
Yeah, direct deposit. I'll do whatever.
Oh, here's Bugs. All right. Oh.
So isn't Blake Griffin like producing I don't know, a sequel or a reboot or whatever on?
They talked about it. I don't know what's going on with that. I remember
there's
hearing about it a few years ago, and then I haven't
There's
heard
been talk about
since.
it, but yeah, it hasn't been seriously. Yeah.
So how many films can you have which basically steal the entire premise of this one? Because Kevin Durant also had his shot.
Oh,
and,
Thunderstruck! Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe that'll be episode 300. You never know. But
Oh my God, have you ever watched Thunderstruck?
I have not. No,
Don't.
surprisingly not.
I have not had the
God.
pleasure.
Do not. It is so bad. You will lose a lot of respect for Kevin Durant.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So, and if I criticize it, probably get anonymous Twitter, replies.
Yeah. So
against
somebody
me
will
anyway,
tweet at you that, no, I
yeah.
thought it was a good
So,
movie.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So,
I don't know why everyone's hating on my movie.
all right, guys,
the jig is up. Yeah.
we got anything else, or are we saying goodbye here? Any final Space Jam thoughts?
Like, I got no Space Jam thoughts. I could still cuss you out about Steve Miller, but I think I'm good on Space Jam.
All right,
a separate episode on that. Well, does our opinion change after this viewing? Communal viewing of Space Jam. Do you feel? I feel like I feel a little bit better about the movie than I used to. It's kind of fun when you watch with your good buddies and.
Yeah, it's fun.
And drink lots of bourbon. I really should have drank more bourbon when I was 9 and watched it. I think I would have maybe enjoyed it a little bit more than I did. But.
Yeah, it's a fun movie to drink a little bit to, and to talk with buddies. Absolutely. So I give it I have better feelings about it than I did the last time I watched it, for sure.
What I think is good for its case is that it's pretty short. Now that you think about
that's really
it, it flew by in no time, and I guess, that would be the worst part about it if it was long and still Space Jam.
So the best part about Space Jam is that it does not last long.
Yeah, they got the gist of it. They did their thing. 80 minutes of solid, packed fun.
Yeah,
best 80-minute commercial I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'll say the one thing is that it, for better or worse, it feels very much a movie of its time. It is a very 1995, 1996. It is very tied to that. So if you have warm and fuzzy memories of that time, if that's your time, whether it's basketball or animation or culture or whatever, then I totally see the appeal of this movie if you're interested in those things. For me, I kind of feel like obviously the Looney Tunes reference current things a lot, but I feel like a lot of the Looney Tunes stuff is very timeless, and this kind of puts them in a place where they are locked in time. But yes, this was an enjoyable experience. Whether hopefully the listeners will enjoy experience if they listen to it, or even better if they listen to it while they watch the movie. But I forgot to mention while we were watching that I don't know if you guys are familiar with the idea that the Space Jam, the original Space Jam website is still active.
Oh, yeah.
It's still up. If you go to warnerbrothers.com/archive/spacejam/movie/jam.htm, or you can just look up Space Jam website and it should come up. It is the legit original website, and it very much is. It's got frames. It is very much 1996 website.
So for all of you that didn't use the internet in the 90s,
this is what it looked like.
That's what we had to do.
Right.
Yes.
The dial-up, y'all don't know nothing about that, but you can get a peek at it through the Space Jam website.
And it's like the perfect 1996 website too, because it's like a background image, like weirdly colored text, like marquee. It's just short of like the under construction GIF, and it's got the number counter at the bottom. That's about the only other things I would add to it. But otherwise, it is like very much of the time websites when it was just like, look how cool my text is, and look how many different colors it is, and look how awesome my background is, and
look it up on a Netscape browser.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Make sure you download Netscape to make sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Did Independence Day ever have a website? I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. If it did, I'm sure it sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for being on our 200th episode. We really appreciate all that you've done to help us out with the show and to do great work that inspires us to do what we do. And thanks to all of the listeners who have been there, whether this is your first episode or your 200th. We appreciate all the listeners who check out the show and who give us feedback and let us know what's going on. So until next time, thanks for listening, and we're back again soon.